Hey there, welcome back to the Filthy Rich Writer YouTube channel. Now today, you are going to get a special sneak peek into how we coach our students in the Comprehensive Copywriting Academy. What's coming up, is one of our laser coaching sessions, which are 10-minute sessions designed to answer really any questions that students bring to us. Now you might hear some CCA related terms, things like Pitchapalooza, which is a student-only event, but head down to the description below if you need a little bit more context. Now, our students are all in different states of learning copywriting and starting their careers and building their careers and all that kind of thing. And also, some of them want to be freelance, some of them want to be part-time, some of them want to be on staff. So you are going to hear a variety of different questions related to copywriting, business, all kinds of stuff. But I guarantee it's all going to be pretty helpful. So if you want to check out any other topics we cover, make sure you subscribe to the Laser Coaching playlist. Exciting, right? Now, even though you are not the one in the hot seat, I'm positive you will still learn a lot. So without further ado, let's get to it. Hey, Chris, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Can you? Yes, fine. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Right. Hello.
Hello. Yes. No, I think you were cutting a little bit in and out. Kate, can you hear him okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
Super.
We'll see.
Could be my headphones too. Okay. So I'm going to start for the laser coaching. I will start this timer, but what can we help you with?
I think most of everything I need to know is probably covered in the course. I haven't just got there yet. So I've got one question, and then maybe you can look at my website afterwards and just give me some feedback on that. So the one thing I'm probably finding is struggling to get the best way of getting information out of clients once you start the job. Because what I find is I have the meeting. I've only done a few things, and a couple of them are free. I go back and I think, right, start working on it, and I build the structure. I think, yeah, I know what needs to be said. I know how to structure it. I think I know the best way. But then, how do I fill in these sections? They're the experts. They know the information, and I don't. And I kind of want to go back to them. And I know that I think I can ask the right questions. But I don't want to keep going back to me each stage. And maybe I need to, after the initial meeting we set out what we're going to do, maybe I need to say to them, well, I'm going to go back and look at it. Then we're going to have to schedule an hour's chat or something like that. Is that the sort of approach you might take, or how do you go about getting me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I think another thing that helps me is asking if they have materials they're willing to share that they like the copy, or any that they say this is actually copy in voice or tone or content, whatever it is, that we want to stay away from, actually. So both sides of the coin, asking if they can provide you with, whether it's their website, whether they already have done an ebook or emails or anything they can send you that says, this is kind of the direction we want to go. And so asking for that kind of in conjunction with your discovery call. But yes, I think you're absolutely, once you have that initial call, you take your notes down, you say, I'm going to go through, I'm going to come up with a list of questions. Would it be okay if, I shoot you kind of what I'm looking for, what I need, and potentially it's maybe another subject matter expert within their company. It's not necessarily the marketing team that you need help with. Maybe you need, I've worked with a lot of technology companies, and it's like, hey, I need your tech person that knows robotic process automation and can sit down with me, and then I can take what they're saying and distill it into a way that makes sense for your audience. So yes, I think clients should be thrilled if you're asking them to sit down with, someone else to chat through and really understand. And because to your point, they're the experts. So you want to pull that expertise out of them.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No. I was just gonna say, when you got the two calls, right? You have your initial discovery call. That's where you're kind of selling them on purchasing your services. And then you have your input call. And when it comes to that input call, that's where you're digging in, you're getting all that information, you're kind of filling in the creative brief for yourself, but definitely give yourself plenty of time for that input call. Tell your client, so we're going to schedule this for an hour. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions, and don't rush yourself as you go through. It can be kind of tempting to get the information down and want to speed it along for the sake of your customer, or for your client. But definitely really take the time, and as they answer questions, it should probably naturally bring some things up. If they say, well, yeah, what our client get, or what our customers get out of it is this, blah, 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 blah. A lot of times as they're kind of talking about it, you'll say, okay, well, what does that mean? What does that, how can you explain that to me in a different way? Or can you explain that to me? And so you really get the chance to kind of, instead of just, and make sure you record the calls too, but instead of kind of, scribbling it down as quickly as you can and kind of just going down the list, really take the time to listen to their answers and ask questions as that comes through. But also too, don't ever be afraid to ask questions of your clients after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
If you get back and you start writing and you go, oh, I don't actually know XYZ, no client's going to have a problem with you coming back and saying, hey, can you just clarify this for me? That's
the thing, really, because I think, because I'm dealing with very small business at the moment, and obviously they haven't got the time. There's not so much, they might want more professionalism, but it's also they want to get rid of their time. So it's that judging how much to hassle them. But I know it's not hassle as such, but as I'm writing, it's like, oh, I just need this one extra information, whether to just go back to straight away or store it up, I suppose, or,
You can always ask them what they prefer too, to say, hey, if I have any other questions, should I call you really quickly? Should I set up a meet? A meeting might be more stressful, to your point, to take up their time. And so if it's a quick thing, maybe they're okay with texting, or they use, something else that's a quick thing. So you can always ask what they prefer for communication for those sorts of things.
As you get more experience too, you're going to get better at thinking a couple of steps ahead. When you're getting all your information at first, you're very focused on that. But like I said, once you have more experience under your belt, you're going to start thinking, in that initial call, you're going to start thinking, okay, they want to do this. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need to know this. A couple of steps down the road, I'm going to need to know this as well. So I might as well ask them now. So part of that is definitely going to come with just more experience, and more working with clients. But I love Kate's point about really asking them about how they would prefer to be contacted.
Because my best way is I just want them to just tell me what they want to say. And I'll just say it. That's what we kind of want, really, because they know. You've got to question them to get it out of them. They deep down,
yes, exactly. You have to question them, because that's one of the crazy realities, is that the clients just don't generally know how to be clients. They kind of, and they don't often really know what they want to say. They know what they want the end result to be. They know they want more client or more customers.
They know it when they see it.
Yeah, exactly. So it can really, a big part of us being a partner is to kind of really dig in and ask them a lot of questions to get at the heart of what that message needs to be in order for it to be effective. Let's see.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I have a quick look at
We do. We have a minute or two left. I have to make you the co-host, and then you can share your screen.
Oh, can I just, is it possible I can just tell you the address and you can just look on your phone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Technical enough. It's chriscopy.co.uk. So my name, chriscopy.co.uk.
That's a good URL. I like it. It's easy to.
I was surprised it was there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
That's great. I'm going to share the screen just
perfect,
so you guys can see it right away. There we go.
Rather than me looking that way.
Okay, so
perfect.
Copy that gets results. Wow, that sounds impressive in that big bold font, but what results exactly? That's up to you. Do you want to boost sales, build brand loyalty, amuse, inform, connect? You choose the aim, and I'll choose the right words. So I love that you're getting at the fact that you are going to get them results based on what they need. I do really, really like that. In terms of the time it takes to get there, kind of have to read a lot of copy through. You have to get all the way down to the end of the body copy before you understand that is what you're saying. I'm wondering if there's a way you could get that across in your headline that you can then further explain in the body copy if it needs to be. But remember that you want your headline to tell the full story and that your subhead and body copy support that story with more details. But the way it's kind of structured, and I like the message that you're trying to get across, but the way it's structured, your headline only tells part of the story. In order to understand your full message, they have to read headline, subhead, and body copy. And unfortunately, as we know, people just don't read as much copy as we give them. They skim, or they read the headlines, that kind of thing, which is why it's so important that it be hyper impactful and hyper specific, really get that message across.
I love the voice though and the tone. So I would see if, to Nicki's point, if you can take what's here, keep the same, what you're trying to say, and just say it a little bit quicker.
Absolutely.
I designed it for a phone. On a phone, it flashes up in stages, so that you can run. But yeah, it's not working on the desktop.
Well,
so
exactly. And bear in mind too that if it flashes up in stages, depending on how long it takes, they may see headline, and if something comes up next, they might just skip it if they don't see it immediately, right? I was actually emailing with customer service for a product that something doesn't matter, but I was like, I can't find where to change my address. And they said, oh, it's on this page, it's on this page. But I kept missing it because it took a second to load. And I'd look at the page, it wasn't there, and I'd leave.
I was just going to say, I think the call to action button takes too long to pop up. So I see what you're saying on mobile, but I think if I were a client looking, I would probably have scrolled already by the time it takes.
Okay, got that. Okay.
Let's see. Okay. So let me just say 11 seconds. We're going to pack as much as we can. Just looking at this.
I was going to say, design wise, I think it's a lot.
This is a lot of copy. This is a lot of copy and a lot of messages to put on one page. Remember that we can go a little bit over, but remember that you kind of want your homepage to give some high level messages and then direct them to the pages on your site where you can go more in depth. So you don't need to tell your whole story about everything that you do on your homepage. You kind of want to either give them the benefit of going to that page and or tease them to get them interested in going to that page, but you don't have to tell everything. You don't have to tell your whole story on the homepage.
To that point, it looks like you have the link to find more about me, and then in a nutshell, also learn about you and me. And so I would pick one place to drive to about me and kind of make it your most important message of why they should go read the about you and me page, versus having both of those, and potentially use a button like you're using the let's chat button, but something that makes it, or just break it out on another line so it's very clear what the call to action is. Because I think right now the about me, yes, it's highlighted in a different color, but it gets very easily lost within the text itself.
Yeah, especially since it doesn't underline when you go over it. The only thing that changes is the mouse,
the cursor. Yeah.
The cursor. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Did that help a little bit?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah,
excellent. Good. Yeah. So glad. And definitely be sure to keep us updated in the Facebook group and post any changes you make to your site in the Facebook group as well.
And you can always submit it for a coaching call too.
Yes, absolutely. So absolutely.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah,
thank you, Chris. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Make sure you don't miss any tips, tools, or tactics for copywriters by clicking subscribe right now. And of course, you can always find us over at filthyricwriter.com. We'll see you next time.